Thank you. Fantastic to be back in Vienna and to be here at 4Gamechangers. I think we have a few really exciting and interesting days ahead of us. It's the first day, the first panel on the main stage, and we're going to talk about blockchain. Some of you might say, well, Florian, blockchain is so 2018 or 2017. And to be honest, I can relate, I understand. I run a fintech firm in Hong Kong, and almost everything we do is built on blockchain. So we certainly believe in it. But we all have been through the hype cycle on this topic, haven't we? We've seen blockchain come along more than 10 years ago with Bitcoin, the rise of cryptocurrencies, the hype around ICOs, and we're sort of in a cool-down period now. And the big question in the room is, what is the real potential of this technology? Can we live up to the sky-high expectations that we have set for this technology? What's the state of play? What does the future bring in the financial services industry and beyond? These are some of the questions I want to discuss on the panel today. So please help me to welcome my co-panelists with a warm round of applause. As a startup, we're all on the bleeding edge. We're all trying to push those boundaries. And that's what you try to do in the travel space. But for me, the first question that I have is always, so why and what is the use case for blockchain in travel, of all things? What are you guys working on?
I think everyone in the room is a traveler, agree? And as a traveler, you don't need to know what is blockchains. But you only need to know that by applying blockchains, you'll be able to have the best hotel price in the world with us. You're going to have the best tour price with us. Simply because travel industry is very dominated by big middlemen. So the first one we have is the one who owns your travel data. Whenever you buy an air ticket or a train ticket or you book a hotel, that data is kept within a few big companies. And in order for small tour company, hotel and restaurant, in order to reach to these travelers, they have to pay marketing fees. And that's not cheap at all. Within our industry, the cost for one customer usually sometimes from $5 to $20 per customer. And that fee will become an increase in your real room rate or tour price. What we're doing is we allow everyone who is a traveler to sell their travel plan directly to service. So instead of you share your data to big platform, you share the data to the network. And since the hotel, the restaurant know that you are coming to their town, they can make a direct offer. So we cut off the one who holds the data. The second one is the payment middleman. Every time you process your credit card, when it goes directly to the local supplier, for example, from Vienna to someone in Nigeria, you go through a few steps with about 8% in loss. So the tour supplier have to add another 8% to your price. With our platform, we'll be able to reduce the cost to a quite new user for a supplier to about $3. For the cost of payment, it's near zero fee. So we're competing direct with like credit card with 3.5%. We do like 0.0 something percent, very small. And by saving that big amount, the consumer get benefit. And also, normally, you pay for your travel service. But with our platform, we pay for your travel data. So it's something different. And lucky enough, we'll be able to grow to 100,000 users within 10 weeks since we launched. And I believe there's 100,000 people, they don't care about blockchains. They know that they get something when they share their travel plan. That's it.
I think that's a very, very important point. First of all, a fascinating project, because it's almost like as a traveler, I'm crowdsourcing my trip directly from the service providers. But the point that you made, I think, is really worth highlighting again. it's never about technology. No one cares, really. As a consumer, you don't care. We don't care about internet protocol anymore. You know, we go to the websites, we use Amazon and other websites, and the technology layer, the protocol doesn't matter. And as blockchain, as a protocol, we still talk about it a lot because we're still early into it. But probably with time, no one will actually care or know that blockchain is behind it. I think that's an important point of that, on that, yeah.
In fact, can I make a point here? I think it is dangerous sometimes to look at blockchain in isolation with respect to other technologies. I mean, we have the privilege of being an investor in different technology verticals, AI, IoT, blockchain. And the truth is we are starting to see a convergence. The most obvious convergence, obviously, now is between AI and IoT. You know, the sensors need to be smarter, the systems need to be smarter. But at some stage, there's already discussions as to how to make not just the sensors smarter, but as a hive or as a aggregation of sensors, how to make them more able to make decisions in an encrypted manner. In other words, the data is not so easily hackable within the system. So I think that there are places, there's a strong play for blockchain in that particular space. And so I would sort of caution not to look at blockchain and just say, where is blockchain going without looking at where everyone else is going to be.
And also where the money is, right?
Of course, and that's where the money is.
How do you commercialize these projects, those kind of questions. And we spoke backstage, and you told me, if I may share that you didn't invest into the typical crypto projects, but now that the actual application of blockchain and the real impact, and then hopefully also the monetization is more tangible, this is where you engage as an investor.
That's right. I think just to give you an idea of what we did, in 2017, we made our first investment in a blockchain company. This is not a crypto, but a blockchain company. And they specialize, and there was something amazing for a Singapore government fund to actually invest in blockchain at that time, because we had advisories from our central authority and everyone not to touch the category for the moment. It was more clarified what the parameters were likely to be. But we invested in an Irish company that looked at the problem of how to manage refugees. And they felt that the current solutions being provided by Western Union, a great solution, but a very expensive one, was not optimal for what could be done. So this company used blockchain to provide identities for each refugee and allowed basically donors to track every single dollar that they donated for the cause down to what the refugee actually spent in the camp itself. So solutions like that made sense for us because we could see a lot of extensions of this concept to a lot of different areas, and it spoke to the strengths of blockchain being, easily deployable. It's encrypted. It allows digital identity, and basically, it was a fairly successful company, and is going on for its next round of funding soon.